This is a podcast from 720 to go.
We're
WGN Radio.
the voices in your head.
This podcast is sponsored by Swedish Covenant Hospital.
Swedish Covenant Hospital has been taking care of Chicagoans for 120 years. For information on health and wellness, visit swedishcovenant.org. Technology changes. Compassion does not. Proud now to deliver something better than a bottle of pure oxygen.
It's the latest brain drain from the Nick DiGilio Show.
All right, let me quickly tell this KFC story. It's not really even a story. I made a discovery today at my local KFC. This is the KFC. This is the KFC where the
I am just an old man trying to get some wedges.
where the crazy old man trying to get wedges was screaming at the woman behind the counter. I have discovered this. This is the KFC in my neighborhood in Andersonville, right by the Jewels. I've discovered that this KFC has the most overly friendly staff of all time. Because what sent that old guy off was this woman kept calling everybody sweetheart and darling, and then when he was groaning every time he heard somebody being called that, and then when he finally gets up to the counter, she goes, "Will that be all, sweetheart?" And he goes, "I'm not your sweetheart." You know, and do you know how insulting that is? And then he said,
I am just an old man trying to get some wedges.
because he wanted potato wedges. And so this poor girl who was being really, really nice was like startled by this, you know. So today I go to the KFC around like 11:30, about 12 hours ago. I go in there and I stop in and I'm like, and I'm standing there and again the guy behind the counter is like, how's it going, sir? Why, that would be wonderful. You know, like somebody goes, okay, I'll take a 2-piece. Would you like that regular or extra crispy? Extra crispy. Good choice, sir. Extra crispy. Quite delicious. You're an intellectual. You know, it was on the verge of that kind of thing. So he's like, you get a choice of 2 sides today. I like the macaroni and cheese. I also like the macaroni and cheese. It's delicious. You know. So, I mean, this guy was like, and I'm thinking to myself, man, there must be some kind of hiring policy at this KFC, the KFC in Andersonville. There must be some kind of hiring policy that was that they hired people who are like incredibly way too nice, incredibly like way over the top. And oh yeah, that's right. Andy was just reminding me of something else. I was in there on Halloween. And these trick-or-treaters came in, and they gave them, like, legs. Why, of course, trick-or-treat. You know, these little idiots come in and go trick-or-treat. They're like, well, of course, trick-or-treat. Would you like, here's a leg. What the? You know, not candy. They don't have, like, little, you know, like the, you know, Mary Jane candies there. They're giving them legs of chicken. That's the nicest KFC in the world. Yeah, no, they didn't drop them into the bag, Andy. They did wrap them. They had them wrapped up. They didn't just take a leg and whip it into the bag. Here you go, kid, for playing. So anyway, this guy's being like, just like incredibly, oh, I see that you enjoy biscuits. I do too. You know, and again, I can understand why the old man.
I am just an old man trying to get some wedges.
I can understand, because if you're in line and you hear like 8 people, and and every single person goes up there, I'd like that with a Sierra Mist. Oh, the refreshing lemon lime taste. I too love Sierra Mist. Have a wonderful afternoon, lovely man. When you hear that like 12 times in a row, it begins to get under your skin a little bit. So that was my big observation, is that they've now hired a staff of the most overly friendly people in the world. You know, when they call your number 278, thank you. Thank you. Have a lovely day. Would you care for some more napkins? May I clean your house? You know, I'll start your car for you if you would like. Like the craziest, friendliest KFC in the world. But here's something I've discovered today at the KFC. They now have the second greatest fast food item ever. It's a brand new item at KFC. Under the McRib. Because the McRib, you know, that has the crown, it has the robes, it sits on the throne. McRib is the finest invention in fast food history. It's the greatest sandwich of all time. But they've got this new thing now at KFC. Because I'm a slob. I'll eat anything. You go in and you ask, next time you go into the KFC, Andy, and if you go to the KFC in Andersonville, be prepared to have your butt kissed for 15 minutes before you even ask for anything. As soon as you walk in the door, oh, hi, hello! They roll out carpets and blow trumpets and stuff for you. They carry you in. You know, are you having a problem with your kidney? Would you like mine? You know, it's that kind of place. So, but here's what it is. Next time you go into the KFC, I want you to order the Flavor Bowl. You're looking at me like I'm insane. The Flavor Bowl. You want to know what the Flavor Bowl is? Are you ready for the Flavor Bowl? It's a bowl with 3 scoops of mashed potatoes on the bottom, couple of big spoonfuls of corn on top of that, then gravy, then chicken, like pieces of chicken, all right, fried chicken, like the popcorn chicken, chunks of fried chicken on top of that, covered in cheese. And they put a lid on it, and the cheese melts a little bit. It's like shredded cheese. They put on the cheese melts on top of the chicken, okay, which is on top of the corn, which is on top of the gravy, on top of the potato, and then you just stir it all up. Oh man, it's the second greatest fast food invention of all time, the Flavor Bowl. It just take all the stuff that you like at KFC, because who doesn't like corn? Who doesn't like the mashed potatoes and gravy at the KFC? Obviously the chicken, the nice fried hunks of chicken, and some cheese. What the hell? I mean, that's everything. It's in one bowl. You don't have to get wet, no moist towelettes. Your fingers don't get all messed up. It's all conveniently located in one convenient bowl. And you stir it all up, and the gravy gets all over the corn gets into the potatoes, cheese melts all over the place. Oh! The Flavor Bowl. My God, I'm thinking I might name my first kid Flavor Bowl DiGilio. I don't even know. Flavor Bowl DiGilio. That's going to be my first kid. And as soon as he's born, I'm taking him right to the KFC. What a lovely child. They'll christen him. As soon as I bring him in, they'll be so happy. We will christen your child for you. Well, I now christen you Flavor Bowl DiGilio, because that's going to be, I'm telling you. Has anybody tried this thing? Because it's brand new. I walked into the KFC today and the Flavor Bowl. I'm telling you, man, everything that you like at KFC, all that stuff, all smashed into one bowl. Potatoes, gravy, corn, chicken, cheese. Boom. You get all your major vitamins and food groups all in one bowl. Oh, man. Oh. And you know what? The best thing is you get one of those, and then you get a biscuit, too. Because then you can just scoop up like a piece of corn and chicken and oh. It was a life-changing event for me today, quite frankly. I was treated like royalty at the local KFC, as I normally am whenever I go there. And then I had the Flavor Bowl. The finest creation in KFC history. And I don't have any stock in KFC. Whew. Wow. Anyway, now I'm thinking about the Flavor Bowl, and I think I need to get one. I don't know how late the friendliest KFC on the planet is open. But anyway. And let me tell you something. KFC just made a major step forward. Oh, man. Throw it all in a bowl, mix it up, and eat it. That's my philosophy of life. Wow. Well, what's not to love, man? Mashed potatoes, gravy, corn, chicken, cheese. Mix it, eat it. Oh! Oh! I was informed that it's called the Famous Bowl, not the Flavor Bowl. I got a little carried away because there's so much flavor in it. It's just so overwhelmingly flavorful that I just thought it was called the Flavor Bowl. I personally think Flavor Bowl is better than Famous Bowl, don't you? Flavor Bowl is better. I'm going to call up that old guy with the tie and the goatee, and I'm going to say, hey, Flavor Bowl. Anyway, it's called Famous Bowl. Michael is in Bolingbrook on 720 WGN. Hi, Michael.
Hey, Nick, how you doing?
Good.
I, too, had an experience today. Earlier this evening, went to the local KFC in Bolingbrook and for my fiance and I, and was hungry and didn't know what to eat. And then I saw the flavor bowl, as you called it, and I just had to get it.
Yeah.
And I got it home, and it was just like fireworks going off. The gates of heaven were opening up. It was an experience, and I will definitely be going back to get it.
Yeah. It's exactly what happened to me, Michael. I looked at it on the menu, and I went, ooh, I got excited about it. Because, and then when I sat down to eat it, I
was just like Homer Simpson. I was just like drooling at the mouth, and, it was beyond explanation. I can't explain it.
Now, did your fiance get the flavor bowl, or did she go with something else?
No, she had the two-piece.
The two-piece, right. You go with
she asked me what I had, and I was like, well, it's got mashed potatoes, corn, gravy, chicken, and cheese. And she looked at me like I was nuts. And it was awesome.
Yeah, I'm telling you, they have made a huge step forward in my favorite fast food items of all time.
Most definitely.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad I'm not the only one, Michael. Power to the
Nick.
famous bowl. Take care, buddy.
All right.
See ya. You see that experience that Michael had? Exactly the experience I had today. Here's Annie in Bolingbrook on 720 WGN. Hi, Annie.
Hey, Nick. Love your show.
Thank you.
I think you've been taken in by KFC. Haven't you noticed that whenever the employees pick up the garbage out of the garbage cans, they go back into the kitchen? What they're doing is they're scraping the leavings out of the garbage and throwing them all into a bowl and reselling it.
Oh, no. See, no, here's the thing. It doesn't come here's the thing, Annie. It does not come pre-mixed. It's layered, and they do it right in front of you. The guy did it right in front of me. He took the mashed potatoes and put it in first. Then he put the gravy on, then the corn on top of that. They were all in different compartments. Then he went to the little, that bin, the glass bin where the chicken is?
Okay.
Went into the glass bin, got the chicken, layered that on top, and then put a bunch of shredded cheese on top of that, and then put the lid on it.
And you saw him put it into the bag?
Well, he put it on my tray. I ate it for there.
Tray.
Yeah.
Okay.
I ate it there. And there was no scraps left when I was done, Annie. There was nothing left for them to scrape into anything. But no, they assemble it layer by layer right in front of you. That's also one of the joys of it. I'm telling you.
I'll take your word for it.
Yeah, okay. Thanks, Annie.
Thanks.
They assemble it in front of you. It's like watching a beautiful invention. It's like watching someone just invent something in front of you. Oh, the Flavor Famous Bowl. KFC, baby. Throw it all in one bowl, mix it up, and just shove it down your throat. Awesome. Paula, as you know, I have been screaming and singing the praises of the famous Flavor Bowl.
Absolutely.
It's actually called the Famous Bowl. I don't want to...
Sure.
And everybody knows what it is. It's KFC. It's the greatest fast food invention since the McRib. It's luscious mashed potatoes, lovely corn, chunks of fried chicken, like breaded, covered in gravy, and then shredded cheese on top of that, all in one bowl. You mix it up and just shove it down your throat, and it is a delight. It is just a delight.
Do you have any idea what the calorie count is?
I don't care. It's probably pretty high, but it's awesome. It's everything that you love about KFC, all smashed into one bowl. How can you go wrong?
And does it fill you up?
Oh, after 17 of them. So, now, I've told stories about the KFC in my neighborhood, okay, which is like Ashland and Catalpa, like right by the Jewels. So I've talked about my Jewels. I've told stories about the KFC that shares the parking lot with the Jewels right there in Andersonville. This story
I am just an old man trying to get some wedges.
took place in that KFC. I have said in the past that KFC hires the most friendly staff of all time. Hello, how are you today? May I wash your vehicle? I mean, it's like that. I love you. Welcome to KFC. Will you marry me? It's that. I mean, they were just the nicest, the most overly nice group of people I've ever seen in a KFC. So I've had some memorable things happen. The discovery of the Flavor Bowl a couple of weeks ago was extraordinary. One of the finest days of my life. okay? When I walked in, didn't know what it was, and technically the thing didn't even hit the streets yet. It didn't hit the streets till last Monday. I got a little preview of it last Saturday. And if I didn't see the sign hanging on the wall in the KFC, I never would have had the experience of tasting the juiciness and the loveliness of the Flavor Famous Bowl. So I get my famous Flavor Bowl. I eat it. It's the happiest moment of my life. I get on the air. I tell the story. I'm raving about it. Coincidentally, John Williams has been tied in with KFC now with his Sudoku thing. He does that Sudoku thing where you put the numbers in. Yeah, that's almost as exciting as the Da Vinci Code, in my opinion. So you put your numbers in there, but he's got this connection with KFC. And I rant and rave about it, about how much I love it. And then all of a sudden I hear a commercial about the Famous Bowl on my show. And I swear to you, I had no idea that they were a sponsor. No clue whatsoever. So I tell the story. I'm getting emails from people who are driving 5 miles out of their way. Like a guy emailed me from DeKalb, said his local KFC didn't have it yet, so he drove 5 miles to a place that did have it. I got tons of emails. I'm getting phone calls from people saying, oh, dude, I went to my KFC and I got a flavor. I'm telling you, I increased sales of the Flavor Famous Bowl last week hugely because of my rant. I'm not kidding. I got tons of email from people who said, I haven't been to KFC in 15 years. I went twice last week. You know. Then I get an email from somebody who lives in my neighborhood. No, he doesn't live in my neighborhood. He specifically went to the KFC that I rant and raved about can we cleanse you? You know, that the nicest staff ever. He goes, drives up, sees the sign. Oh, I'm driving down Ashland. I'm close. I'm going to get me a Flavor Famous Bowl, okay? From the kindest people on the planet. Drives into the parking lot. He walks up. There's a sign in the window, closed for business. They closed my KFC down. It's closed. They just debuted the finest fast food item ever. I rant and rave about it. I talk about how great the staff is. The damn place is now closed. It's closed. Well, what am I going to do now? Now I just can't walk over anytime I want. I used to be able to just walk over.
Do you know why it closed?
No, I have no idea.
Huh.
I have no idea.
This has been within
It was a week. It was like literally. I told the story, and then this guy emails me. He's like, "Dude, your KFC is closed." Like what? No, I don't know where I'm gonna get my Famous Bowls from. I have to go to a different one. I don't know. I just feel responsible somehow. So there you go. That's what happens. I tell this story. I talk about the store. I talk about the Flavor Famous Bowls. I'm all happy. It's wonderful. Now it's closed. So anyway, my Flavor Famous Bowl, I have to now travel to get it.
So you just get on your bike and go.
Yeah, I will. So that's it. There you go. How's that for a capper? Isn't that ridiculous?
That's too bad they closed that.
Yeah, it stinks. Why the hell did you close the one on Ashland?
That's a good question for them.
I don't know. I'm upset now. Now I'm sad.
720 to Go is sponsored by Swedish Covenant Hospital.
The preceding was a production of 720 to Go.
You now get Nick D times 3, The Nick DiGilio Show.
Starting Friday nights at 11, Saturday nights at 8, and Sunday nights at 10. Wow.